start our reading today, I want to go over what we read about yesterday. We were introduced to 4 different characters. Logan, who was the first character? Okay. Isata, who was the second character? B, that's right. Who was the third character, Jacoby? Kaz, right? We're going to read a story about Kaz today. And who was the fourth character, Mateo? Dia, that's right. Now, what was Alf's superpower? Who remembers that? Isatu? Self-awareness. So, Dee, can you tell me what self-awareness is? Well, your friend Yusuf, he just portrayed self-awareness. He made the right choice to move away from Bentley because he knew he wasn't going to be able to concentrate if he was next to his friend. So that is an example of self-awareness, right? Okay? And we learned the word transform. Who can give me a synonym for the word transform that we talked about yesterday? Bentley?
Transform is like morphing.
Yes, morphing. That was the exact word. I'm going to write that right up here. Morph. So to transform means to morph. And what does it mean to morph or transform?
It's like turning into something.
Right, turning into something. And we saw that with Alf when he got his ripped shirt back. Remember, he spun and spun and spun around. And what happened after he spun around, Dakota?
His clothes changed.
His clothes changed, you're right. Bentley?
His star got bigger.
Yep, his star got bigger. Logan?
He got his
That's right, he got his self-awareness back. Good job, guys. I'm glad that you remembered yesterday's. Now, we also talked about major characters and minor characters. Dee, can you tell me who the major characters were? We had 2 of both. We have the characters right up here. Who were the 2 main characters? Alf and B. And who were the minor characters? Isata? That's right, Kaz and Dia. Now, today, I think we're going to change it up a bit because this is all about Kaz. So I think we can assume Kaz is going to be a main character today. Now, Fatu, what do you think? Can you predict what you think might be his superpower today? Some kind of flash?
Because you see her.
Oh, speed. Oh, from the picture. I see.
In the last, how we were self-awareness, and he first was fighting how this is about the military and this one is his pattern.
Okay.
And the minor
Possibility. Mason, what do you think? Maybe his power is thunder? Okay, well, we're going to read to find out. You're going to learn some new words in this book, okay, guys? Put your hands down. I'll ask questions in a couple minutes, okay? About what? About here? Okay, what's your question, then?
So, like,
Well, you know what? I just ordered a book that, not this coming week, but soon, maybe over that week of Thanksgiving, right before we go on break again, we'll do 2 more, and those books will be about B and D. So tomorrow, I'm supposed to get those books in the mail. Yes, Yusuf? That's what this one's about, okay? Yes? Okay, well, that was a good choice too. You were very self-aware. Okay, guys. Okay, we are ready. So we're going to read Kaz's power today. Okay. And it is by the same woman that wrote and illustrated the book before. Her name is Mina Minoz. Okay? She's the author and illustrator of the book. Okay. So here we go. Here's Kaz. And here is Dia. We were introduced to them yesterday. Okay. So one afternoon, the children were playing. about to put his last car in place when suddenly there was a loud sound. Dia had stepped backwards and knocked over the skyscraper. The blocks came crashing down, spreading all over the floor. What a mess. What do you think Kaz was thinking? Dee? He was sad. He built that all by himself. Well, Kaz put the car he was holding in his hand into his pocket. He was feeling so many emotions inside his body. As his feelings built up, Kaz moved his hands back and forth fast. Back and forth, really fast, really fast. He was stimming. This is called stimming, okay? A movement he repeated to help him cope with his feelings. Sometimes you might see people do this, okay? And that is called stimming. After he finished, Cass felt more relaxed. He then heard Dia laughing. She thought knocking over the skyscraper wasn't a big deal, but to Cass it was. He had spent so long building it. So here is Cass. He's taking a deep breath, and he says, Dia, you knocked over my tower. It has fallen down. And here is Dia, and she's saying, Cass, honestly, it's really not a big deal. Accidents happen. You can build another one. And that's how she responded. I said too?
There's like a little math teacher and I think,
On your shirt?
what does it say? I think every single one of them has a shape. Yeah.
Maybe, yes.
What does it have a lot of sticky? Because
Our friend here's talking.
because each one of them has it.
That's right. Each one of them does have their own superpower. Okay. So Kaz was frustrated. He liked repetition. Does anybody know what the word repetition means? I said too. No, repetition does not mean kindness. There is a similar word. Repetition means the same thing as repeating. So doing something over and over again. Okay? So he liked repetition and having things in order. And he didn't like it when lots of changes were happening around him. So this is going to be something new for you guys to learn. Cass was on the autism spectrum. Have you ever heard of that before? Autism spectrum? Okay, just raise your hand. Good. This meant that the way his brain had developed made it tricky for him to share how he felt. But Cass remembered times when he had shared his feelings and understood how his friends felt too. So again, he's on the autism spectrum, and that's a disability that can cause some social, communication, and behavior challenges, okay? Yes, did you have a question, honey?
It looks like the same as Elle superpower because Elle talked about his feelings.
That's right, that's right, that's right. They're both talking about their feelings. Yes? We'll read about Bea another time, but not today. If Cass was watching a television show and saw something that didn't make him feel good, he showed his unhappy feelings by walking away. That was a good choice. When he had fallen down and hurt himself, Cass shared with his friends where he had felt the pain. Also, when his friend Bee spilled soup all over herself, he understood that he had hurt her feelings when he laughed. So he said he was sorry. He was self-aware. He made those good choices. So Cass remembered Bee had told him that he was a caring person. Now he needed to be caring to himself. He needed to tell Dia that she had hurt his feelings. But how could Cass show that? He could not play with Dia the next time she asked him. He could knock over the next toy she played with, so we would call that getting revenge, remember? Or he could be brave and tell her how he felt. Which choice do you think he should make? Carter? Talk loud so I can hear you. So should he not play the next time with her? Should he get revenge and knock down her toys? Or should he talk to her and tell him his feelings? Talk to him and tell him his feelings. Why do you think that? Why do you think that's the best choice? Right, so, and And we don't want that. Okay, good. Right, excellent. Okay, so Kaz made his choice, and I think Kaz's choice is the same thing as what Carter just said. So, hold on one second, baby. So, Kaz's choice. Kaz says, Dia, I was upset when my skyscraper fell because it took me a long time to build. I know you are thoughtful and didn't do it on purpose. Even though Dia was surprised at Kaz's feelings, she's got surprised eyes right there. She knew he was right. She was a thoughtful person, but in that moment, she hadn't shown it. Dia thought about her choices. How should she reply to Kaz? I said, you give me one way. Skylar, do you want to add to that? No? Anybody else want to add to that? Dee Dee?
I think Cash
Well, but they say, revenge is sweet, but you know what? It doesn't really make you feel good inside. So really having revenge out for somebody, not the same.
Why are two characters together together?
It's just the way this author did it. Just the way the author did it. Isa, do you have something to add? Take your mask on, I can't hear you. That Dia should feel bad? She should feel bad because, what did she do that she should feel bad about? Because she, knocked his skyscraper down? Right, she should feel bad. Dia thought about making a funny face to make Kaz laugh because that would deflect it off of her, right? She wouldn't feel so bad if she made him laugh. But she could tell him that it wasn't her fault and walk away, or she could understand that he was upset and apologize to him. Which should she choose? She should make a face and have him laugh? Why? Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility. But which would be the best choice? Say that again. Apologize. That's right. She should apologize, right? Because if she apologizes, that shows she is self-aware of what she did to him. She knows that she did not make the right choice, and now she is making the right choice. Jacoby? That's correct. She should apologize. Dia made her choice, and she said, I'm so sorry, Kaz. It was a really nice skyscraper, and you're right. It must have taken you a long time to build. Can we rebuild it together? Which is an amazing thing to do. Offer your time to help your friend. Who's in the picture now? Oh, who? Alf and Bee from yesterday's book. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Dia put her arm around him. Kaz had been brave and talked about how he felt. Dia had listened and understood. Alf and Bee, who had been watching, were happy that their two friends talked about the problem and had communicated so well with each other. Hold on one second, guys. Kaz took the car out of his pocket. Remember, he put one of his little cards in his pocket and wondered if he could put the cards in the same order that he had organized them before the blocks fell. Hold on one second. Now, what do you think is going to happen?
He's gonna
Zana?
He's transforming.
He's transforming and morphing into something else, right, Yusuf? Good use of those words. Okay. As Kaz lifted the car, he noticed a light reflecting off of it. Do you see the light here? The light? The lightning bolt on his chest. See that lightning bolt? Everybody see that? On his chest had started to twinkle and glow, and suddenly the bolt grew bigger and started shining brightly. Kaz was shocked as a twirling magical light rushed out from the bolt and spun around him, transforming his clothes. There's that word again. I see too.